Okay, we're live. I'm late. I just woke up. So we'll see how this Grand Enduro goes. Had a long night last night, so we'll see what happens. I had trouble on this one with the during discovery. Hold on, let me at least put the music on for y'all. Okay. Let's get our registration done so we don't lose it. Oh my god. Hold on. We need to just go. But I can't have that crash at the start. Yeah, we have until there's 5 minutes left in discovery. But I keep crashing, which is not a good sign. I keep crashing the first turn. Just gonna take this first run a little slow. We just need to get this registration done so we can make sure we don't lose our chance to participate. I'm sure other people had trouble with this map too. I'm sure I'm not the only one. It does look very good. Although I will say, when I was trying to take a screenshot for the thumb really quick, I'll say it was difficult to get a good looking shot, to be honest. Which surprised me. I guess it just looks better in motion. Also, Wosile with almost a sub 51. Kind of crazy. That's the Enduro GOAT right there, though. Yeah, I didn't even have a chance to put my advertisement up on Discord for it because I woke up literally at 9:58. I'm not even joking. And I'm also mildly hungover. Not that I drank an obnoxious amount, but I didn't get enough water in me. I actually had a lot of soda. Which didn't help. No, that's not gonna work. Alright, let's get a crashless run. Seems like there's not a lot of people participating this week, based on the fact that my time is kinda bad, and I'm still in Div like 5. But, you know, what am I to do about it? Also, I feel like maybe the textures didn't fully load in for me this week. Maybe that's part of the reason why it looks kinda rough. Alright, not a great landing there, but we'll just take it for now. But doing this map consistently is going to be a problem, based on the fact that we can barely do it once. Anyway, that run was okay, and that got us Div 3. At least at current moment. Okay. A little bit. Kind of have trouble with reactor parts. Shout out to Brazil. Will come out soon. When I have time to do it. Oh my god. I gained so much time. I gained so much time. Jesus. Oh my god, that's Div 2. That's not gonna hold for Div 2, but one more improvement we maybe could be Div 2 today. Which would certainly be a new record. Even Div 3 would be a new record. But there's also a lot less people participating today. Like, if I had to guess, there's probably gonna be like 3 less divs than normal. Like, I think these things normally have 8 divs. If I had to guess, there's probably like 5. Maybe 6. So, you know, take that as you will. I don't know if there's a reason no one's participating today. Maybe it's because the map is kind of rough. I don't really enjoy driving this map, even though it definitely does look good. Yeah, we got 4 minutes left before quali's end. It's looking like this time might hold. It's hard to say. I definitely want this improvement because being Div 2 would be pretty cool. Regardless of the amount of participants. Okay. Better ending part. Oh no, barely clipped it. Yeah, I can tell my voice is a little off. I'm not really sick. I'm just still waking up. And I need water. I didn't even have a chance to get any water. I had to just go when I woke up because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss Grand Enduro again this week. But I'll grab some water once quali's end. Otherwise, I wouldn't survive the actual Enduro. Ooh, I got some real pressure to improve now. It's gonna be really close for us to be in Div 2. Yeah, I think this time is gonna be like just barely Div 3. So we need one more PB right now. We got like 1.5 chances for it. Alright, let's run it. One and a quarter chances. Also, that's an insane time by Granati, I just want to say. We're running out of time, bro. I need to hit this turn. Also, in the actual race, we're gonna take things nice and slow. I just want to say, I can't do this map fast. Not consistently. That's it. Okay. If our time... Well, we'll have to see if our time holds for Div 2. It's gonna be hella close. It's gonna be so close. I think it will actually. But I'm gonna be like exactly 128. Oh no. Come on, no one improve. Everyone suck right now. 126? Oh no. Oh god. Oh good lord. Come on. We just need 3 people to not improve on the last second. Alright, 126. Nice. That's Div 2, baby. Alright. I'm grabbing water with the quickness. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. It looks like everyone's complaining about the track, as I am. I agree. It's just, the visibility's not great, is the biggest problem for me. And then there are definitely a lot of tricky parts for a long race like this. Let me advertise while I still have time to. Or I might not have time to be honest. Hold on, come on, come. YouTube load so I can grab the thing. Running out of time. Oops, not BC. Oh god, it's starting. It's actually starting. Okay. Hold on. Let me put OBS. I almost DNF'd at the very start. That would have been very upsetting. And maybe you should unbind DNF on these things, but I've been good about it so far, but it's gonna happen one of these weeks where I'm gonna crash into DNF by accident. Oh yeah, we'll see how we do. As said, I'm not normally Div 2. So I have to assume I'll be in the back of the pack. Unlike last week. Last week it did really well. We got second. Second in Div 4 or 5. Yeah, I think it's 5. So, you know. Div 5, a little lower skill level than Div 2, but this is also a lower skill level Enduro overall, if I had to guess. Yeah, we're hanging right about in the middle, as I said. And we'll see what happens as far as people crashing, which I'm sure there will be plenty of on this map in particular. Someone missed the checkpoint. That really sucks. And I'm also a little curious how you did, so I don't repeat the same mistake. Thought we were past this. I thought we're past the missing checkpoints thing after last week. Because that one map, the optimal line missed the checkpoint. Oh, that was the one bad thing about last week's map. Like, it was good other than that, which unfortunately kind of ruined the race for a lot of people. Because if you missed it and you didn't notice and took the next checkpoint, you're doing a whole new lap. Which really, really sucks. I just noticed there's flying customs ahead of us. Oh, hello. A little bit of a lag. A little bit of a lag spike. There's our first actual respawn. I'm gonna blame the lag on this one. Anyway, I got a little distracted by flying customs because that was the guy we were chasing for like the entire race last week. We passed at literally the very last second because he crashed the final checkpoint. It was so unfortunate because he was holding down the fort for the longest time. But that's how these things go. Let's see. Reactor. This reactor part's gonna be the part that kills me the most, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm not even gonna really focus on my placement today, because I know it's not gonna be great. I'm just gonna focus on surviving. Maybe once we get later in the race and we're pretty like acclimated to this course, we can start thinking about place. Well, I'll be happy if I'm not in like dead last, basically. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a really long one too. This is probably gonna be one of the longest Grand Enduros in Grand Enduro history. I don't know if we've had a longer one than this one. Oh. Good about that turn. It's only a matter of time though, right? Barely. No, that's not gonna work. Yeah, I got a bit of a wobble and did a flip. Almost saved it, to be honest, which would have been insane, but I'm not good at reactor, guys. Put actual reactor parts on your map, I'm gonna struggle, especially reactor up. But yeah, this map is cool visually. I will say that. I'm showing it off to one of my boys because he's a huge Cyberpunk fan. And yeah, he thought it was really cool, even though he still is not a big Trackmania head. So it's really cool that Trackmania can have these custom maps like this. Where there's like a huge variance in the art style and design. But unfortunately, gameplay wise, the variance might be too high on this map. It's like first place, about a minute ahead of us. Makes sense. Oops, put the corner there. Don't want that. I remember Kiwi from yesterday, not Nolan though. Nolan's new to me. And I remember Kiwi was on in the same div as me last week, and is also div 2 today, so good for them. As I said, div 2 a bit easier to get into today. So I don't know how much I can say it's an accomplishment to get div 2 today. The people did not want to play this map. Oh, Shodan crashed. Yeah, not a great place to crash. And someone just quit, it looks like. Yeah, this American's kind of fighting me for my place. I don't want to focus on placements, but I'm not going to give mine up for free, you know? This pace is good though. Might have to give it up. Yeah, especially if I do that. That's not great. We'll see what happens here. No. Alright, we're gonna go the long way around. It's not worth fighting for a landing. Oh yeah, we lose a lot of spots that way. So bound to happen though. No, I'm not going to be consistent on this map. We're just going to fight to finish. We're going to fight. We're going to finish the fight. Like the old Halo 3 ads. Do you remember the Halo 3 ads? Oh man, why aren't gaming advertisements like that anymore? Those were legitimately some of the best ads for anything. Anything I've ever seen. Like, one with the models, where it just had the sad music and he slowly pans around the chaos happening until it finds Master Chief about to be killed by Brute Chieftain. And it kind of zooms in on his face before he looks at the camera, or his helmet really. He looks at the camera and pulls out a nade and it just says finish the fight. That's such a good one. Or the ODST one, which I think was directed by the guy who did District 9. I know he was set to do a Halo movie, but after it got cancelled, he made District 9 with the leftover props, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that ODST commercial was made by Neil Blomkamp or whatever his face is. And legitimately, you gotta check out that commercial. It's so good. It's unreal that that was a commercial for Halo. Because Halo was kind of big already. Like, I mean, Halo 1 was a pretty popular game. Halo 2 was very popular online. But it wasn't until Halo 3 that it really blew up. Like, it was the game when Halo 3 came out. Like, it's kind of difficult to describe for anybody who didn't go through that period, but like, everyone played Halo. And everyone had to own a 360 to play Halo 3. Well, it was a damn good game. Yeah, it definitely deserved it. So, it is kind of sad to see what happened to the Halo franchise after. I mean, even Reach had kind of problems on launch, although it definitely, after some updates, improved quite a bit. And of course, all the customization stuff was really cool, and the single player was great. 4 was a little rough, especially multiplayer wise. I will defend the story though. The story of Halo 4 is good. 5 was atrocious. 5 was just bad. I heard the multiplayer for 5 was okay, but and I'll defend Infinite a bit. Infinite, if it had launched with like all the content it has now, or even like half the content it has now, I think it would have been a lot more popular, but it did not. It launched with like nothing. And of course, the single player could have been good, but they literally needed to cook more time to cook it because they scrapped the original single player and remade a whole new campaign in basically like 8 months, which is insane. But story-wise, I think it was good, aside from the fact that it was like a forced reboot for like the 3rd time in the Halo series. And they're like, alright, everything that happened in Halo 5 is like resolved now magically. And we're just gonna pretend it never happened. And I don't know what they're doing now with the Halo 1 remake. Which does it even have multiplayer? I don't know. I'm a bit concerned. It definitely seems like most series kind of die around the 3 game mark, maybe 4 or 5, but usually around 3. At least unless they majorly reinvent themselves. Like, what's another good example of that? Assassin's Creed. Although it took until, I think Black Flag was like the last really good one. Obviously Black Flag was amazing. I will say I did enjoy, I played Origins and Odyssey and I did enjoy them, but I wouldn't say they're as good as the best old Assassin's Creed, but it definitely seems like they realized they couldn't just make the same game over and over and over and over and over again. see, another good example, COD. So here's the thing with COD, right? It did reinvent itself when COD 4 came out. So then you had COD 4, which is great. World at War, which is solid overall. COD Mod 2, which was amazing. Black Ops, which was amazing. Mod 3, which is okay. And then I think Blops 2 is the last like good Call of Duty game, and I don't think there's been a good COD since, which is kind of unfortunate. But so it lasted like five entries after that reinvention, and it never reinvented itself since, and that's kind of, I think, why things have been kind of rough. Because you kind of need to evolve. You can't make the same game over and over. Eventually, people will fatigue of it, even if it was a good game. No, I don't know. That's my rant. That's my rant about how long franchises can live, I guess. I wonder if you can apply the same rule to like movie franchises. Movie franchises don't normally last that long. Like what movie franchises last like 10 entries, right? Like Fast and Furious, I guess. Although I think most people think Fast 5 is the best one. I really haven't watched most of them. I watched Tokyo Drift, which I actually did enjoy quite a bit, even though it's incredibly funny, conceptually. Like they treat drifting as like this mystical thing that only the Japanese know how to do, which is so funny. I'm really just ranting. I'm not. I mean, honestly, I'm playing kind of well during this whole rant. Maybe I need to keep ranting during these. I mean, I don't have much better to do. Like, I could focus on, like, oh, I'm passing Sandwich God or whatever. But, I mean, we're just playing our game at this point, right? And we've been hitting good laps. We're actually catching up to first, which is kind of shocking. Let's get back on topic, I guess. What are some movie franchises that fell off after about 5 movies? Fast and Furious, probably. Although I think people like the Fast 5 and a few movies after that, so maybe not. I don't know. Star Wars? I will not listen to the prequel defenders. Star Wars Episode 1 is still awful. To be honest, Star Wars Episode 6 wasn't all that great either. I think the best ones were 5, 4, three? And Rogue One. Rogue One was good, I suppose. I don't know what they were doing with the new trilogy, though. They needed to kind of just pick a plan and focus on it, but they gave it to, like, 3 different directors who just, like, kept trying to write over each other and just made an entire mess. Like, it was bad. And I'm not even like a Star Wars fan, but it's kind of sad to see that happen to a franchise as storied as Star Wars, right? oh, we could apply it to TV shows. Like, what TV shows fell off after 5 seasons, right? I do think that's actually a good point. Star Wars, or not, still movies. What TV shows fell off after 5 seasons? I think people say Suits fell off. Probably fell off earlier than 5 seasons. I think TV shows actually fall off much quicker. I watched Arrow back in the day, and I quit after season 3 because of how bad it was, and I heard it only got worse. Well, I heard season 5 was okay, but season 3 was so bad. And like I'm not expecting that much from a CW superhero show. But jeez, bro. Speaking of CW, the 100 definitely fell off after season 4. I think I stopped watching after season 4 though, so maybe I can't speak too much. Maybe I can't speak too harshly on it. I heard it gets really crazy. I don't know. I'm trying to think of examples, but I don't normally watch really long-running shows like that. Oh, we got a counter example actually. Always Sunny. I will say definitely generally trends worse over time, but I think the most recent season was still pretty good. I definitely think it had a bit of a rough patch, like season 12 through like 15 or whatever, but it definitely still is pretty funny. It's just the really funny episodes are not very consistent anymore. Whereas like what was it, season 4? Season 4 is so good. Like, that's a certified classic. I think my favorite episode of that is the gang solves the oil crisis, which is very relevant right now. I wouldn't be surprised if you see someone on the news trying to do what they did. Although I don't think gas prices really make sense to me at current moment because I mean the whole situation's just like foobar, right? I don't even want to talk about that shit right now. We'll get on a different topic, but I don't understand what's going on anymore. There was never any plan. Let's see, what other TV shows? Or some other long-running TV shows, and did they fall off or not? There's Law and Order, SVU. That's in what, like season 50 or something like that. Okay, maybe not season 50, but it's run a long time. Honestly, as far as I'm aware, it stayed exactly the same quality the entire time. And that's kind of impressive in its own way, right? Like, it was never the greatest show, but it never set out to be the greatest show. So, it's kind of impressive it maintained its quality. I mean, it was good enough to get like 50 seasons, so can we really say anything bad about it? I finally remembered a popular one that fell off that I actually did watch. Game of Thrones. The thing is, Game of Thrones would have been fine. It would have been fine. Like, actually, I have a hot take, which is, I think what they were going for with the ending could have worked overall. Overall could have worked, but they needed like 4 or 5 more episodes to like kind of have the politicking make sense, if you know if you get what I'm talking about. But they kind of just after like season 5 or 6, they kind of just start like teleporting all over the place and doing stuff with like barely any planning, and the politicking was like such an important part of Game of Thrones. Anyway, I said I wasn't gonna focus on placements, but we're halfway done, and we're actually in the top 10 somehow. I don't really know how that happened, but we're here, right? That's pretty cool. I'm just gonna continue ranting because it's been working for me. I don't really understand how I got here. I just haven't really crashed somehow, which I thought would have happened like 5 trillion times by now. I've only had a couple like bad crashes. Like I barely had to respawn. Alright, back to ranking. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, so let's not get distracted anymore. Yeah, Game of Thrones ending could have worked, and I do think it was very much like the ending that George R. R. Martin intended to do, at least at the time. Because he gave them like an outline of where he kind of wanted the story to go pretty early on to making the show, and that stuff would have been outlined on there. Like Daenerys, I'm gonna go into spoiler talk here. If for some reason you haven't watched Game of Thrones and you don't want spoilers, maybe don't listen. Also, I got lapped. I just want to say I got lapped for the first time, which, considering we're over halfway done, that's actually pretty good. But we're in 8th, so this guy's kind of going fast. But yeah, yeah, spoiler time for Game of Thrones. Spoiler time. Let's talk about some plot lines that happened in the end, right? That people didn't like. Daenerys going crazy and like nuking King's Landing basically with their dragons, kind of like turning evil, making people bend the knee, etc., etc. I mean, that was always gonna happen. That was always the plotline for Daenerys, but they took too long in the show to really set up her like real big heel turn. I think what should have happened is, I forget which dragon it was, but one of her dragons dies towards the end, but not during the King's Landing fight. I think you have that dragon die a little later during the King's Dragon fight. Or not King's Landing fight. And then you have like this emotional turmoil from Daenerys. Maybe have her like being questioned by her advisors too. Like everyone's kind of like against her. And have her have like that frustration set in, and the you know, the madness that her family has kind of taking hold. So maybe set that up a bit more. But yeah, I think that was always gonna happen. was the whole King's Landing thing. Bran being king, I don't know. I'm sure you could set it up. It does, I mean, obviously the obvious choice would be Jon as king, but like politically it doesn't really make sense. I think it'd honestly be a interesting story arc if like Arya became like queen or something somehow. Where she kind of has like this whole story arc where she becomes this nameless assassin, but she has like a story arc towards the end where she kind of regains her humanity. I think would be like an interesting choice, right? And it's because of that that she ends up being a good queen. I don't know, but I don't think Jon. I think it's correct for Jon not to be king, but I wouldn't be able to tell you who should be. I guess Tyrion would also be like an obvious choice, but I don't know. I don't know. I definitely disliked how the ending for Jaime and Cersei kind of felt like I'm okay with like Jaime backsliding a bit on his whole story arc because that's kind of just reality if we're being honest. Like I'm sure y'all know friends with the with toxic relationships like that. So it's not like it's not really unrealistic that stuff like that happens, but it just doesn't feel satisfying how their story ends, and it doesn't like fulfill any story beats either. Like it has to do one of the two, right? Like it's okay if death is unsatisfying as long as it like really sets up parts of the story, but IMO it has to do one of the two things, and it didn't really do either. At least on Jaime's side, obviously Cersei dying is important. What else happened in the end? The whole Battle of the Night. I mean, for one, what tactics were they using? Like the whole like White Walker battle. Like, surely somebody could have come up with a better battle plan for taking on the White Walkers. But you know, I don't know. Also, Arya killing the Night King. That's a good one. I think that's okay, but they had to set it up more because Arya kind of coming up out of nowhere just to do a little stabby on the Night King, and then suddenly the fight's over. Not great. Not a great end to the villain that had been set up since season 1, you know? But if you set it up more with, I mean, she was in the Faceless Men or whatever. If you set up more with that ability, and then also have it more clear that she might be able to pull something like that off, you know, that'd be one thing. Maybe Bran purposely sets that up, seeing as he can literally see the future. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just ranting about Game of Thrones. It really is sad to see what happened to it. As I said, I think people wouldn't have been so upset about it if it had like an extra 4 or 5 episodes to cook, but it did not. So we got what we got. And that's just how it is, you know? I'm a little scared because good old D&D the creators of the Game of Thrones TV show. They're actually like the lead producers, maybe also writers for the adaptation for the Three Body Problem, which I'm a bit invested in. I'm a pretty big fan of that book series. But I mean, season 1 was pretty good, so we'll see what happens. Obviously, it's a complete book series, which also helps writing-wise, because obviously George R. R. Martin never finished Game of Thrones. Probably never will, unfortunately, if we're being real. It definitely feels like he, I think if it wasn't for the backlash that the TV show had gone for an ending, he probably would have at least released at least one book by now, if not both. But because of backlash, I think he went back in the tank to like rewrite a lot. And that's kind of led to what's happening now, which is that's not coming out. And it seems like he kind of just like is kind of frustrated with it. Which I really do not blame him for this, by the way. Like, I get it. He's kind of like frustrated with it. Like he can't find like a good way to progress the story. So he's kind of distracting himself with other projects, like the other Game of Thrones TV shows and the Game of Thrones spin-off books and whatever. And I think he's written like a play, not Game of Thrones related. I think he's written like a play since then too, and maybe started advisory on like some other stuff. Oh yeah, he was like I don't know how active he was in this, but I remember I saw he was like he helped with the writing for Elden Ring or something like that. I never played it, but I definitely thought that was interesting, and I know people like that story in that world, so you know, he definitely still has it. It's just he's too frustrated with Game of Thrones to work with the books, at least in a meaningful manner right now, as far as it seems. And yeah, as I said, I don't really blame him. Like, writing the way he does in a world as intertwined and as complex as that is extremely, extremely difficult. We'll see what happens. It is kind of crazy though, the delay between books, because between when the dance, for example, between when A Dance of Dragons and now, like the release of his final book for the series, and now, The Expanse, which is actually written by one of his assistants, or who was one of his assistants, released 9 books. Actually 10 technically, with the short story collection and a TV show, and he released one, I think the second book's coming out soon too, of a entirely new book series, which is insane. It's insane that that happened. Nine books since the last Game of Thrones. An entire critically acclaimed book series. Ugh. Yay. But that's how it goes. These things, they take time, as a famous game dev might have once said. We're also waiting on that, been waiting on that for almost the same amount of time. like it might come out soon though. There's hope, kinda. It looks more real than it's ever looked. Now, I'll not talk about what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna vague post about it. And we're gonna move on from it. We're actually almost done. Bad landing. Looks like we kind of settled into the top 10 here. Just about. Which I'm shocked about. I really thought I was gonna be in like the 30s. But I kind of just been locked in. The ranting has helped. Maybe I need to spend more Grand Enduros ranting about random shit. But we gotta finish it out. There's still time for us to make some horrific mistake that costs us like an entire minute. We lose our top 10 placement. So there's definitely still time for that. So let's not lose. Well, I've not been focused this whole time, but somehow that's kind of worked in my favor. Somehow going on a 40-minute rant about how it's inevitable that franchises die after 5 units of whatever you want to call it, has kind of helped us here. Just erase. Yeah, I don't know. Like, things just become stale over time. It's just how it is. Also, somebody's racing backwards on the track. Kind of inevitable. Let's see, let's find another medium that is proves this theory. Let's say, like, anime or manga, right? I think it's kind of inevitable that the story in like these longer running manga just fall off. Like let's take one that really annoys me. Naruto, right? In Naruto, the anime always had pacing issues. Like even the original before Shippuden. And this is not like a ding on the manga. The manga, I'm sure, is great. I've seen panels from the manga. Like legitimately, the mangaka is pretty talented, and there's a reason why it's so popular. But even the original had pacing issues. But man, Shippuden has some real bad pacing issues. Even disregarding the filler. Like, even disregarding the straight filler episodes, which there's a lot of. There's so much of it. The pacing issues are real bad. And then the story really just loses itself. I mean, I think the story kind of loses itself after... What arc were you gonna say it really loses itself? After the pain arc. I don't think Naruto is salvageable after the pain arc, if we're being completely honest. It has some moments. I'm not gonna deny that, but... Oh, man. It should have just ended with, like, Naruto finally being the hero, saving the village. Getting the thing he finally wanted, which was the people loving him. But, you know, that's just how it goes with these longer running ones. I know people will try and tell me One Piece is still good. I'm not gonna pretend I know anything about that. But I've heard people say it gets good in the time skip, and the time skip's like 600 chapters in, right? That's kind of insane. It's like, oh, just wait for the time skip. The time skip happens like in the amount of chapters that 3 normal mangas would last, right? Like, I get waiting for like the first 10, 15, 20 chapters, but 600 is insane. It's like Stockholm Syndrome at that point. Ooh, also Sandwich God is right behind me. Just want to note, he's right behind, oh, 11. What's going on? Oh, I missed the checkpoint. Oh, no. I don't know where I missed the checkpoint. We're gonna have to repeat the whole thing. What checkpoint did we miss? That's really unfortunate. We're gonna lose a lot of placements. We were doing so good, but we missed the checkpoint somewhere, and now it's gonna really affect our placement because we're gonna have to do a whole nother lap. So we're gonna lose like an entire minute. Oh yeah, we missed the checkpoint there on the reactor flight. I didn't even realize. That really sucks. So now we're gonna drop out of the top 10 to like 20. Man, we were doing so good too. That's alright. We'll still take top 20 or whatever this is. Yeah, 20th. We'll try and gain back some spots in the end here. There's only a few laps left. That is pretty frustrating now. I was way ahead of Sandwich God then if he only passed me after missing most of the lap. Okay. Alright, well let's lock in for the remainder. Kinda. We can continue ranting though. If the rants work, we're gonna keep ranting. Alright, we got it at least in the top 20 now. In the teens. Which I would have been very happy with at the start of the race, but obviously now it's a little annoying that we could have been top 10 easy, but we lost an entire lap. What other long-running anime fall off, right? Or manga? I'm kind of struggling to think of examples, but I don't really like watching anything that's long, especially for anime, manga. I'm of the opinion that anything that is longer than 20, like 30 episodes is too long. I'm gonna have to go around because I bumped there. So now we're back in 20. Only 5 laps to go. 21. 21. Alright, back to 20. We can definitely catch back up again. Yeah, I don't like watching anything that's longer than 30 episodes generally. And if I do, it's usually like a bit. I did watch all of the Yu-Gi-Oh animes besides Well, up to 5Ds, and 5Ds was actually so excruciatingly bad that I stopped doing that. It was so bad. Um, so maybe that's another example of something that fell off, right? Because man, that uh, RV, that was bad. That was rough. Definitely one of the worst animes I've ever watched. And it started off good too. It started off with like promise. Like the first like 20 episodes were interesting, and then they go to the synchro dimension for 5 bajillion years. And it just really sucks. It just sucked. And they made some atrocious rating decisions. You know, it's just. So it looks like we might be stuck in this 20 spot. Next place up is pretty far ahead. I don't think I can gain that much time in, you know, 2 laps. We'll do what we can. Still have time to finish, thankfully. Maybe someone will miss the checkpoint ahead of me, so I can get my sub 20 placement. But we're gonna finish this out. I think we still did pretty well overall. We did pretty well overall, but missing a lap, very frustrating. Very, very frustrating for sure. It's kind of sad that we have the same issue as you know, last week. Also, that crash was pretty unfortunate. Yeah, we lost any chance of catching up. That's okay, 20th place. We'll take 20th place Div 2. That is still a new PB. A new PB for sure. And we're zooming towards the finish. Alright, let's spectate some people. I hope everyone that's still in finishes. Although it seems like a lot of people quit. Let's see. Ben Dubs is the last place person that hasn't quit, and is, yeah, definitely gonna finish. Alright, everyone's gonna finish that's still here. So we're gonna watch this finish out. As said, this is a longer one. We finished with the 54. So I mean, pretty good time overall, considering everything. Um, yeah, I think this was the longest. I don't remember there being a longer one. Oh no, Ben Dubs, come on. You got this, bro. Okay. Still landing it. Got 5 minutes to finish this out. Oh yeah, Div 2, new PB. Had the potential to place really high. Obviously, didn't quite happen that way, but we still did decent overall. And, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I think I might try and get the AT really quick on this while we're waiting for the new weekly shorts to come out. Oh yeah. 2 weeks in a row with a checkpoint that's easy to skip, yeah. Yippers. It's the final lap. We need some like F-Zero music. It's the final lap. You've got boost power. Okay, finishing it out. With sub-hour time, so not even bad. Not bad by any means. Some good stuff. The very powerful OJ 9999 VR. Very strong time. What did he finish with? The 51? 51:45. Crazy. He locked in. Okay. This map's still getting a downvote, by the way. I don't care. Alright. Well. Let's, Let's try and get the AT here. Let me just give myself a moment to decompress a bit. After that grueling Enduro. Honestly, it wasn't too bad. I thought it was going to be worse. I thought it would be much worse to drive. Oh, my boy Wob is playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm gonna take a peep on his stream really quick. Obviously I'm midstream, so I'm not gonna stay there, but I just want to see if he needs any advice. Oh, he's playing Salad versus the Cool Tunes. I'm sure he has no clue what's going on with the Cool Tunes. Alright, I actually might pull it up on my phone after I attempt this. Now, the problem with the weekly grand is that you have these troll ghost cars trying to ruin your day. Especially on this reactor part. It's pretty annoying because I can't see, so I can't dodge them there. And then this thin road is gonna be a pain in the ass. We're slowing down here anyway, so it's not the worst place to dodge them. But we're fully locked in on this course, so we should be able to get AT. It's not the easiest AT. It's actually quite a decent time, even without the ghost there, but I think we'll be able to get it now that we are officially in the zone. So yeah, we're gonna do this. Actually, I'll do a little enclosed dot horse after we get this AT while we wait. I think I pulled it up last time too. The most goated of daily games. Try and get the best score we can. Trying to put everyone on it, I'm not gonna lie. Everyone will be on enclosed dot horse when I'm done. It is really good as far as daily games go, but I just enjoy puzzle games a lot. I think I'd love to do a puzzle game stream. If the Talos Principle 3 ever comes out, I'll stream it. Or like Portal 3 somehow comes out. I haven't heard any rumors of that happening, but if that happens, I'll stream it. Okay, we have to take that a little slow because of the crash. Again, we're just vibing. We're just gonna do our best. Should be able to get AT as long as we play decent and only crash a few times. Barely managed to dodge the cars there. Have to go a little wide. Alright, we're a minute ahead of our PB, which honestly our PB is kinda ass. So that's not that surprising. Oh, terrible landing. Gonna lose time for that. Maybe. Probably happened to my PB too, though. Okay. We got good pace. Very good pace, actually. Okay, I thought I was gonna crash there. Oh yeah, I was really struggling the reactor parts when I was playing this the first time around. I really was. I suppose Brazil has traumatized me a bit, but it has made me better at reactor overall. Video will be out soon. time. We're doing a good job of avoiding stuff. Things are looking pretty good this time. I missed the checkpoint. Thank God I noticed. I'm shocked that I missed the checkpoint too. No wonder I didn't notice during the actual race. Fortunately, this lap, not so hot. Not the greatest lap on our part, but we're still on good enough pace, I believe. We should still be fine pace-wise. Okay, back around. We're just gonna NASCAR it. I wasn't in a position to do anything better than that. Oy, oy. Horrific crash. That's actually really rough. Oh, if I lose the AT because of that, I'm gonna be so annoyed. It's gonna be close now. We're still on pace, but it's gonna be a lot closer. Alright, we just gotta lock in. Lock in here. Around these cars, somehow dodge both of them. Alright, just one more good lap. That's all we need. I had to respawn. I was too slow to make the jump because of that. Bro, get out of my way. Come on, come on. We're almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Yeah, it's gonna be a little close, but should be able to do it. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're fine. Alright, AT. AT down. Top 2 NJ. Who's above me? J-Bog? Not too shocking. That there weren't that many players this time around. Toto with the 819, kind of crazy. Alright. Let's pull up and close the horse. Now this is the real game right here. So while we're waiting for weekly shorts, we're gonna have to solve this horse puzzle. So if you don't know enclose that horse, you wanna make sure the horse can't escape while maintaining the largest space possible for his pasture. So like this would be good, but obviously I still have a wall left over, so we can do better. Can definitely just do that there. And maybe it's just this. It's not too bad. Could also do something like ba 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 ba. Oh, he can escape out that way. Not ideal. No better way to do that, is there? No, that's never gonna be better. Um, is there a better way to do this? I'm looking and I feel like the answer is no, right? I'm looking and I feel like the answer is no. Because I can't move these at all, because then the horse will escape, like, I'm gonna move this, you can escape. Oh, hello? He doesn't want to tell me how he can escape. He's withholding information from me. Can't move this, can't move this, can't move that. Like, maybe there's a world you could do something like this, where you block that, and then what? Then what, you know? We've got a lot of possibilities from that point, actually. Go... Oh, that is better. Oh. Huh. Okay. We could also go keep these walls up. No, I feel like this is it, right? You know what, the cherry? Ugh. I think we're submitting this. I think 101 is the best we're gonna get here. Yeah, there it is. 101. This is our previous solution in 93, I think, which most people got, or not most people got the actual score, but a good amount of people got this. So, good work there. Now it's time for the costly walls section. So I think we definitely want to get down here somehow. But we don't want this. So go boom, boom, boom. Oop. So this is not where I want it. This is not good. I just want to say. Just want to say this solution is real bad. uh, go like. Okay, and then Definitely that. Maybe this. Where can we escape from? Up here. Okay, now where are we escaping from? Oh, I see. Escaping through the portal. Ah, yay, 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 yay. Okay, we have a positive score, at least. We've got a positive score. But still feels kind of rough, right? Like we could try and get the blue portal and then work from there. Actually, hold on. This isn't even optimal. So that's more optimal for that solution. Actually, one more optimization. Okay, there we go. I think that's the best version of that score, this variant we're gonna get. So now let's work on going from here, right? Go boom, 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 boom. I need one more wall. Oh wait, no, that's not gonna work. I need like one more wall here. How are we gonna get one more wall? Ugh, pain. Misery even. Pain and misery. This is what the devs of Enclosed.Horse like to do, is they make a very tempting solution, but you need just one more wall. Just one more wall. I could do something like this, and then we give up on that area. Oh, it's close too. And we have another wall to work with if we want to try to do something. Like, like so. Oh, that's better too. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. And I can go there. Is that the best we can do? Is that the best we can do with our current strat? And I think the answer is yes. I don't think I can move anything. Is there anything we could do better? We could do something crazy, which is avoid the portals altogether. I'll try this real quick. So we go, and then, and this doesn't seem like it can be good, but we'll try it. We'll try it. We'll give it a try. 18's not bad, but it's not gonna do it, you know? 18's not quite gonna cut it. All right, I think we gotta run with this, right? It's gotta be this. Well, I'm not completely convinced this is it, but I think if it's not a perfect, it's pretty close. So there we go. Okay. So this was a 2 carat. Yeah, 2 carats on both. Makes sense. Makes sense. Alright, I gotta post my scores. I can switch this back to Trackmania while I do that. Alright, let me post my score. Bragging I am the greatest enclosed.horse player of all time, clearly. Okay. Alright. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna check in my boy's stream real quick. See if he's still struggling playing against the cool tombs. He's playing against Goaty. Here, I'll let y'all take a peep. Shout out to Wob. Follow him on Twitch as well. He plays Smash and some card games. I don't know what his face down is, but I think he's screwed. Unless the face down is really good. I'm pretty sure this is game on board or no, his opponent missed lethal. That's hilarious. What's the face down? If he gets a really good top deck, he could legit just win this. Oh my god. That's the best. That's like the best possible top deck it could have been. Oh, and he's summoned. Oh, he doesn't have any tuners. Oh, this is so good. You can win this. What? I want to see if he can pull this out. This is 100% like guaranteed you could win. Yeah, you do that. Pop. So you get an extra spell. Pop Keith probably. Maybe, yeah, maybe the Bowfish. Now you engage. Yeah, I think gray is fine there. Not a great draw. Did he already use 0? That is the question. Just Kagari, don't pop the other effect. For engage. No, no, get engage. It's always engage there, bro. Oh no. He's just trying to clear the board. I do get it, but it's not. That's not the move here. No, things are fine still. Everything's still under control. Because he's gonna get Ray. You can go 0, 0, grab an engage. Right. So he's gonna synchro summon, try and like banish. Which is not gonna work out in this guy's favor. No, you're still not doing that. No, oh my god. Okay, he's gonna try and vanish, and now you're right in response. Alright, I believe in him. Always zero. Zero, 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 zero. You gotta get zero, bro. No. Oh my god, he didn't get zero. I don't think he can win this anymore. He really, really needs the zero. Nah, it's definitely over. He's cooked. Wahali, he's cooked. Alright. I won't subject y'all to Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. I am gonna keep this on the side. Just see if I can salvage this game for him, but I think he's toast. Yeah, if he got zero, he could have gone engage, search, Widow Anchor, and then if his opponent tries to do any shenanigans like he's doing right now, you sub out the zero for the smaller ones and pop, and then steal one of the tuners. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he's donezo here. Alright. Do we want to try and make any last second improvements on these maps? Not really. Yeah. Okay, yeah, he's just done. It's over. It's over. Okay, let's not be focused on my friend's stream. I'll pull it up on the side. Alright. In the meantime, we got 12 minutes before weekly shorts. What's their worst time? The see if we can get a better time on this real quick, but I was struggling to do anything last week when I was discovering this. Actually, I didn't realize this during discovery, but there, there's ice. There's a little bit of patch of ice for some reason. So that's why that transition is so funky and never works. Yeah, I don't know if I can do better than I got here. Not 9 minutes at least. Kind of multitasking too. I'm looking at my boy's game and seeing if he can win this. He does have droplets, so he should be fine. His opponent actually is in a really bad spot. There's no hand traps. I wouldn't be shocked if his opponent scoops now. Alright, let's see. He's still not going into zero as much as he should be, but that's okay. Closer runs at least. Alright, I think despite his misplay, I think he's fine. I am gonna turn off the audio on that. We are gonna have to focus up in a moment for the weekly shorts, the new ones. Yeah, lost some time in the end. Closer, closer. Too far right that time. Bad last section. Well, not bad last section, but bad turnaround. Oh, that was close. That was probably our closest attempt. bit slow. Bit slow on the turnaround. Gotta set up for it better. Like, now I'm getting it, but I'm slow. So unfortunately, I'm just not able to PB. Alright, we got like 2 more tries before we're gonna have to move on. Start looking at the new week of weekly shorts. Alright, last try. I don't know how I don't get the slowdown there. But whatever. Let's see, he's still in this game against Thunder. Yeah, he's cooked. Oh well. Alright, come on. New week. New week any second now. Any second now. I'm gonna change the thumbnail. Here we are. Alright, come on. Load. Please. It'd be very cool if you loaded. Alright, it's not gonna load. It's not loading. We'll screenshot it. It's going on the thumbnail regardless. Alright. Boom. Change. Oh, my thumbnail shot was awful. I made it in like 5 seconds though. Yeah. We definitely need to change that. Alright, weekly shorts. And save. Alright, that thumbnail's a bit better. Man, that was an awful thumbnail. No wonder I don't have any chatters today. Alright, well we got the new weekly shorts. A whole new week. I believe this is another one of the the E Grand whatever sponsored weekly shorts. I'm not 100% sure. But first we gotta check into last week's, see if there's any cool records, cool strats we missed. So, doesn't seem like it for this map. We're only behind by 0.4, just about. Which is not much at all. Yeah, it looks like it really came down to a better start. My start, as always, is awful. Anything crazy here? No? Nothing surprising. Same exact thing we were doing. Oh, I see Hamster Official in the chat. What's up? We're starting the weekly shorts for this week. Gotta see, just wanted to see if there are any cool strats for the records from last week. Of course, map 1. Pretty basic. It was a solid map 1 though, but Nothing crazy there. This one came down to the outside third turn. I don't think there'll be anything here either. Oh, Nat. Yeah, I remember you. It's been a while. Yes, I remember you. Yeah, I was wondering. I haven't seen you in chat in a long time. But, yeah, no, I remember. You used to be active in chat a lot. Yeah. Nothing surprising here. No, it's good to see you're back in chat. Laptop broke? Oh, that's what happened. Well, got a new one. Hopefully with some better specs at least, so that's good. But, yeah, it's a shame your old laptop broke. That's always a pain. Let's see. I'm curious for this one. I suspect we might see something crazy. Okay, different start. So much better start, same ending. Okay, so nothing too surprising. Much better laptop, that's good, that's good. Yeah, I have to upgrade my PC. Because it's starting to get pretty old. Because I made this PC in what, 2019? So it's getting around that time. We need to get a replacement, but it's gonna. I want it to hang on for at least another year or two. Alright, let's see this map. I don't think there's any space for improvement here besides just much better execution. Yeah, just not sliding there, I guess. Final map. This one will be interesting, the final map. I saw people doing crazy shit. Oh, you figured out how to stream. Oh, nice. That's cool. Such a big gap in the records too, that's so funny. People are doing water bound. What? Okay, hold on. We're going one by one. What? What were they doing? Water bounce, do some crazy flip into hitting the wall, bounce into the fish. What? I saw two people doing it, but the others weren't. What's going on? Lavsor with the same thing, but gets the bumper. So that's why it's almost a second faster. You met 7th in the world on a stream on this map. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, I mean this map was always gonna have shenanigans, right? Alright, Melius going for a reactor flight instead of the water bounce strat. And we got Crazy Dude Crook, the low map master, only getting second. Much better start. Crazy start strat. But worse ending. Kind of gets the reactor and just like goes straight forward towards the end. What did Cordy do? Oh, he does get a little bug slide there actually. I think that was a bug slide, like a mini bug slide. Interesting. What about Corny? What'd Corny do here? Same thing as Amelius, it looks like. Much better ending. Wow. I mean, I knew this one was going to be interesting, so I'm glad. Also by Cope Timer, they had first. Yeah, I believe people, yeah, Corny is the reactor bug god, but I definitely believe people have like some crazy copium timers on that map. I'm sure people had like 10-second times. Alright, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the maps for this week. Looks like you got a very simple map 1. Okay, there's some hills at least. Extremely simple map 1. Alright, let's not get airtime this time. Yeah, this is like one of the most simple maps we've ever gotten, I think. We can definitely still improve. The record for this is gonna be so precise. So I assume you can get like a very low 16, but surely you can't do better than that, right? Unless I'm missing something. And even a very low 16 would require some crazy precision. Because I don't even know if I can get below a 16.5. To be honest. Okay, maybe I can actually. I think I can. But it's gonna take some tries. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Anything better than that is very questionable for me. I do kind of want to cam 7 and just make sure that I'm not missing anything. But I feel like this map is so simple it can't be. You have a 16.65? Yeah, I mean, it's really tough to even gain like thousands on a map like this, right? But you just gotta stick close to those walls. As close to the inside of the turn as possible. I mean, I have apparently top 100 in the world with this time, and I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a battle for thousands on this map. I guess the magnet's a little tricky. The magnet doesn't want to cooperate. It feels like I'm getting airtime there. Alright, let's just double check things. I assume I'm not missing anything, but... No. It's really that simple. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if we can get some precision going. Yeah, there might be something on the magnet. You're absolutely right. That's like the one part of this map I feel like something could happen that's not just micro precision. I think the problem is I'm going the magnet head on, and the magnet's actually not strong enough to let me keep grip. So I need to come at it more sideways. I think that's the only way I can improve. because I'm getting a little bit of airtime on the magnet. This isn't gonna work though. Okay. I want to see if I can get the line I want. Doesn't seem like it. Seems like the magnet's gonna do the same magnet thing regardless. Yeah. Yeah, it might just be let the magnet do its thing and go for the maximum inside line like I did. Oh, that almost worked though. It's a little too far inside, but yeah, I think we might just leave it there because I think maybe I can improve like another couple hundredths at the most. And I'm not really much of a precision grinder. Infraliminal's definitely gonna get the world record on this map, like no question. This is exactly the kind of map he's expert at. Alright, we'll give it like 2 more tries. 2 more tries before we move on. We got a good start though. Bad ending. Alright, last try. Yeah, I'm a little slower. Yeah. Alright, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it as a neutral. There's just not much going on there. They're not the worst map 01. Alright, now we got Weekly Shorts Grand Prix by the Awesome Duck. So normally when people try to make these real life inspired tracks, like from real life Formula 1 or whatever, they don't play well. This one's so condensed, I think it's gonna be fine. Yeah, you want to go outside there. Yeah, he made the previous one of these, right? The really small one. I guess he kind of just enjoys doing this kind of map. Yeah, that uphill's very awkward. But if we can get the uphill, I think we can get a good time. So let's see what we can do. Slight improvement. Okay, much better start. Better ending too. Okay, we're starting to get a decent time, I believe. Yeah, looks like it. You have a 17.1. That's pretty good. I think that's a pretty good time. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough time to beat, actually. I think that's pretty good. Close. A little bit of slide. If I didn't mess up the end, I think I would have had it there. Because I did the uphill really good that time. Alright, we need like a micro drift in the first turn. And then very wide here. And wide setup there. Boom, sub 17. Oi! There we go, we figured it out. I'm actually surprised I managed to gain that much time. Okay, I have no clue if I can improve again. Actually, I'm sure I can, but it's gonna take a while. Because my PB is pretty good. And then, in order to beat it, I'm gonna have to get some very precise drifts. No, that's not gonna work. Alright, we'll get a few tries and then we'll move on. Leave some extra time for the puzzle map just in case. But I am pretty happy with my time already. Slight PB. Very, very slight PB. Oh my god, that's actually a really good PB. I didn't think I'd get close to 10th. Top 100 now. Wow, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised I managed to find that much of improvement. Alright, we'll give this one a plus. This one's a pretty good mini tech map. We'll move on. I don't think I'm improving another time. Alright, now we got static sand. Looks like pathfinding. Or not path. No, it is pathfinding, not puzzle. So no checkpoints, just reach the end. I wanted that booster, but I guess not. Okay, a very easy AT. But there are a lot of paths, so... kind of want to go into right here. So best way is probably just through the sand. Your 18th world on map 15? That's crazy. That's really sick. Okay, I have no clue what I'm doing here. It's probably straight this way. Or, did I say map 15? Map 5. I don't know, I'm tired. I had a very long day yesterday. I only got home at like 3 in the morning. Okay, slight improvement. Oh my god. I really am that tired then. Oh, okay. That's not exactly where I thought this was gonna go. See a reactor there too. That's a bit scary, right? You need to get in here to pick it up. Alright, then what? Took so much time grabbing it, but if we can get it quicker from like the outside. I feel like it must be possible to pick up from the outside too. Just the way it's set up. It looks so close. Like maybe if you get your wheel up on there. It has to be possible. It just flat out has to be possible. Actually, what if you just hit it straight on with the car? Alright, well maybe I shouldn't spend too long messing around with trying to get this reactor when I don't even know what I'd do with it after. But it looks like world record strat's just gonna do something like this. And put your wheel on it, grab the reactor and just go. I kind of just want to do it once just as a proof of concept, but I'm getting a little skill issued. Like this, kinda. Not get all the way up, just the one wheel. And then you can do whatever reactor shenanigans your heart desires. That's exactly right, yep. But yeah, I think it's 100% possible. You just wheel clip, and then grab the reactor and go. And you know, reactors are always a red flag as far as routes go. Oh, something like that. And maybe somehow get a reactor flight. I don't know. But proof of concept. The idea is there. I just don't have the execution for it. Alright, let's actually try and get a time. A somewhat decent time. Oh, hold on. I think the easiest way to get a decent time is just to drop down that red booster. So where is it? It was like down here. Yeah. Down there and then execute the turn much better. You have a 17.1 on 3 maps? How is that possible? There's no way. It's like they conspired to make everything work out about the same time. .1 on 2, 3, and 4. Wow, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a conspiracy amongst the weekly shorts mappers. No, that would have been good. I should have gone for the further finish. I don't know why I went for that one. I'm slow here. Map 4 is that bad? I mean, I kind of never liked the fast map, so I'm probably gonna end up being there with you as far as not enjoying it. But yeah, I need to hit one of these runs. I'm like close, but I can't quite get it. Can't quite get what I want to do. Still themed with the winter campaign. That's kind of funny. I want to drop down. Maybe it is better just to drop down off the top, but slow down so I actually hit the booster instead of trying to get these this drop down with an angle. I don't know. '31st world on 5. That's nice. Time still holding. I just can't hit this. I know it's gonna be fast enough, I just can't hit it. I need the whole booster, so maybe, yeah, maybe we're not gonna drop down on it. We need to do the, take the whole downhill. I don't know. Maybe there's a different strat I should be doing. You're only playing map 3 for the rest of, or map 5 for the rest of the week? Well, if you enjoy map 5 that much, that makes sense. There's always, like, I always find it funny when there's, like, when you're looking at the leaderboards for weekly shorts, and you can tell, based off the point total, that somebody just straight up did not play any map but one and then got first on the one map. I always find that hilarious. Top 100 map 5? I believe it. I mean, you're off to a good start. Alright, we might need to, no, we left plenty of extra time for this map. Oh, I hear a lot of alarms going off. Something's going on out there. Something happened. Oh, please don't miss it. Alright, there we go. Finally. Finally we hit it. That took way longer than it should have. It wasn't even that good of a run, but, I mean, I think that's good enough to show what I was going for. Alright, we'll move on, even though I'm sure there's other routes we should check out. And of course the reactor flight's definitely gonna be the fastest. Always is. So, Industry Island by Abwanong. He's had a few weekly shorts. I think they've mostly been either map 2 or map 4. This is a little awkward. Getting that dirt downhill is pretty awkward from the angle you're coming at it from. Okay. No, this map is just all full speed. I don't know why I bothered drifting. Okay, slight improvement. Should definitely be able to improve more than that. not even bad, it's just still winter campaign themed and your PTSD from the oh, from the last worst 3 weeks of weeklies. Yeah, there's definitely a bit of a rough patch. There's a bit of a rough patch for the weekly shorts. But I mean, now that the new, what are they called, themes? New scenery is out, people are gonna use them, you know? I do hope they add more blocks because I heard that the blocks that are provided with them are a lot less than what you have for Stadium. So you have a lot less options for creativity, which does really suck. So I do hope they import more blocks from Stadium to you know, the canyon and the valley and whatever. Should add glass roads? They probably should. I mean, there's kind of some glass. I don't know if they're custom prop or not. I've seen the glass blocks used before, but they handle like plastic, I believe. Not a lot of people use them. Okay, good start. Kind of a rough end. I kind of want this sub 16 now, because I feel like it's possible. Shouldn't be super difficult. At the very least, I want a 16.0 before we move on. I pretty much need the same run, just with a better ending. Close. Transition map with glass would be trippy. Yes, it would be. It would be very hard to tell what we're doing though, so it might feel frustrating, I guess would be the one concern, right? Didn't get the super inside line. Maybe. Nope. Oh, so close to sub 16. So close to making it happen. Oh, I had to go. No, we are not 1,000th off. Come on. I had to go to the outside finish. I had such a bad end. Still almost happened. Come on. We can get this. Come on. I just want 2,000th off. That's all I'm asking for. $2,000 off this PV. Okay. Still went for the bad finish, but we got what we wanted. We can move on. I'll give it a plus actually. I think this is, as far as map 4s have gone, I think that was good. Alright, now we got Sunken Treasure. Well, what's going on with this map? It's underwater. Oh boy, I am not good at this. I am not good at underwater at all. Kind of feels like mudsliding, but not. It's not quite. You have a 13.3. 13.3 is crazy work. Yeah, I don't know if I'm getting a 13.3. Yeah, we'll see what I can get in the next 10 minutes or so. However much time we can spend before cup of the day. Oh, overslide. Yeah, 13.3 is a really good time. Top 1K by end of the week? Maybe. It's gotta be pretty good. But people are really love grinding weekly shorts, so you never know. Ooh, 14.1. Who even has the world record right now? World record's like a 12.7, probably. I am always slightly afraid that this map might have a cut, just because of the reactor. But it doesn't feel very cuttable, if that makes sense. Okay, sub 14. 0.2 ahead but sold finish. That's very unfortunate. That's kind of how it goes though, a lot of the time. Get reactor up in the last finish, you can jump the wall. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing I'm afraid of. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens at the end of the week. Whoop. Bad turn. Oh, really good ending. 16.6. Or 13.6. Again, I cannot. My brain's not awake still. 13.6. I don't know, I'm getting close to your record. Maybe we can make it happen. So if you put the nose of your car return, or if you put the nose of your car up to a turn, you can ride the wall in a way. Yeah, kind of like when you're if you're on ice and you have a reactor, you can kind of ride against the plastic walls the same way. So probably pretty similar to that. It's kind of what I did in the ending there. Okay, 13.4. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely the strap for the ending. That is for sure. A little difficult to get the right angle for it. And I wonder if you need to do it anywhere else in this map. Top 141 world. I mean, people are grinding the map now, you know? That's just how it's gonna go. Definitely not gonna be free to keep that top placement. I mean, I'm coming up on your time. I'm not terribly far away, to be honest. See if I can match it. I'm not quite sure if I can improve again. Didn't get the bump I wanted. I feel like maybe the first turn you can ride the wall as well. And gain time, but I'm not sure. You have a 13.349, so you're about a tenth ahead. Just about. Alright, I mean, I can maybe do that. No promises. Because my times are already pretty good. I don't know if I'm beating it. Nope. Alright, I'll give it a try for like another 5 minutes or so. And then we'll move on to Cup of the Day. It is Sunday Fun Day for Cup, so we'll see what we get on that side. You improved by a millisecond? Tragic. That is the most Trackmania thing that could possibly happen. I feel like I'm taking this middle part too slow. This is Trackmania, that's right. Absolute Trackmania. Oh, good start. Sold the end. 13.114. Nice. That I'm not gonna beat. I'm pretty confident in saying that. See, you improved just in time. I would have beat your time. But you had to improve literally like right before. You almost just beat that time too? Oh my god. See, now you're locking in. You unlocked in? What do you mean? He just improved. Sixth US, 9th NA. Okay, okay. Top 3K in every other map. All that matters is this map. Sometimes it's worth it to just grind one map and focus on that. Yeah, I think 13.326 is the most we're gonna get. Oh, I actually had potential for a much better time. I just didn't quite get the bump in the end. Grinded the shit out of map 3s and 5s, yeah. I mean, those are the most interesting ones, though, normally. Although I do tend to enjoy the map 2s a lot, personally. Oh, so close. So close. Yeah, it could have been the 13.2. The earlier run. Alright, this is the last attempt, and then I gotta hop into Cup of the Day lobby. Alright. Good map. Good LOL map. Game point 1, nice. Very nice. Alright, well. I have dominated New Jersey in Discovery. Of course, Glue Sniffa, he's gonna show up and just ruin my day. But for now, I have number 1 in everything. How's that in, okay, map 1 apparently, I'm not good at precision, so no surprises. Alright. Let's see what we got for Cuppa. What's Sunday Funday gonna bring today? We shall see. Glue Sniffa, yeah, he's definitely the best player in New Jersey. He is insane. I can never beat his times. They're always just too good. It's very powerful. Yeah, he's just a very powerful player. I can't take it away from him, even with that gamer tag. Oh, okay. That's not the way. This way? No. Where am I going? It's to the right. This is like a mini RPG map. Wait, that's hilarious. Alright, where are we going? This way. In NC, you don't know who's best, but another stream you watched in Oregon has best player being Shield Bandit. I thought Shield Bandit was Texan for some reason, but I am familiar with that guy. He's won some weekly shorts, I think. Like, he's very good. Okay, down this way. This is gonna be a tough one to learn, that's for sure. Alright. Yeah, this weekly shorts is for this cup of the day is gonna be real tough. The RFP to being first in any weekly shorts, yeah, it's definitely gonna be an uphill battle. I really did think he was Texan. Corny is third in map 5, yeah. I mean, reactor, funny gimmick, he's gonna show up. Alright, we finally finished the map. So we have a time on the board. Let's see if we can actually learn it so that we can maybe get a medal. I'm just gonna not respond. Never mind. Map 5 equals corny top 5. Yeah, and crazy dude crook. Both of them. Always competing for the map 5s. I think crazy dude crook might have legitimately have the record for most amount of first places on map 5. Which is kind of impressive when you're competing against people like Corny. And when so many of them are like meme maps. Yeah. Yeah, crazy dude crook is the GOAT of map 5. Alright, come on. Let's finish out this run. Get like a nice full minute PV. Potentially. Yeah, this is gonna be very interesting rounds. Because I don't think it's that tough. It's just learning the route. But I think it's just tough enough that you will see a lot of mistakes. Especially in like whatever div I end up in. Because I mean, I'm struggling just to learn the map. Let alone driving in rounds. Sure, even Div 1 will have mistakes. Yeah. Almost certainly. Ugh. That's slow down on wood. Not ideal. Alright, we have a medal. Finally got a medal. Pace for a sub 13 with salt to finish. Very unfortunate. Yeah, that finish, it's very easy to mess up. Oh my god, I'm keep getting stuck in the wood. Okay, much better there. Not the big slowdown on the wood again. Okay. There we go. We got silver. Gold looking a little possible. I'm just imagining in Cup of the Day rounds, I think we'll see some multiple, like 5 people, 6 people, maybe even more get eliminated from the first round. I actually played the was it the Cup of the Week when the Red Bull map, what was it, the skate map was up. And the first round, I think, had 15 eliminations, and it was in Div 4, I think I was in. It was the most insane thing I've ever seen. And it was like 8 people get eliminated every round. So yeah, those maps are not easy. I have AT in all of them except Skate. Skate, I still can't. I think I might have gold. It might be silver, I don't know, but the other 2 I managed to get AT on. Somehow. Oh, how'd that flip? Come on. You're hit by point 2 at the wall slide. You got pushed off the wall slide. That's so unfortunate. Oh, where am I going? I forgot the course. I legit forgot where it's going. It's up this way. Yeah. I mean, if you keep getting this close, one of them is gonna work, 100%. It's just a matter of time. Alright, well, I don't improve here. It's looking like a Div 16 angle, or even worse, actually. That's alright though. That's alright. I'm fine with Div 16 on this map. I think rounds in Div 16 will be very funny anyway. Oh, come on. I got stuck on the tree. Alright, 2 minutes to make something happen. Oy, oy, oy. I'm messing up simple stuff now. Alright, got 1.5 tries left. Let's see what we can do. Oh my god, I sold. Who's the most dominant weekly player? I feel like Infraliminal has to be up there, right? Infraliminal... Well, the thing is, he really only hunts map 1s a lot of time, and map 2s. But still, that guy has a lot of first places on maps. I'm not sure. Nobody's coming immediately to mind when I think about weekly shorts. But I don't pay too much attention to... Oh, come on. Turtle TM? Yeah, Turtle TM is definitely up there. Corny's definitely up there. Techie. Shield Bandit, although he hasn't grinded as much recently. Yeah, IN, Infraliminal. Yeah, I guess my choice would be Infraliminal, Mr. IN. Ooh, Div 19. It's a rough one. It's a... Oh, I thought so too, but Grenadi... according to Grenadi, he's Infraliminal. Well, he used to go by a different tag. It was like, Inglare, really? That's actually funny. No, Grenadi calls him Infraliminal, I believe. So that's where I picked that up from. Alright. I don't care too much about my results this cup of day, but I would like to get a gold medal. Backwards way gang, absolutely not on this map. Yeah. Alright. Let's lock in. Ugh. Unfortunate. That was a good start, but an unfortunate crash there. Okay. Lock in, I'm trying. I gotta make my mistakes in the first round, while no one can be eliminated. That's the secret. Okay. Next round is the one that really matters. Oh, I'm doing the opposite of locking in right now. Okay. I was a bit worried that wouldn't be savable. Oh my god. It's all going horribly wrong. I suspect I'll still be fine in the first round, but not a good sign to be messing up this much. Already, you know. I suspect as long as I finish, I'll be fine. Oh. Oi, 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 oi. Please. Okay. Almost got eliminated first round. Not a good sign. Plus 30 in is crazy. Yeah. Well, only 4 elims, so there's that. There is that, I suppose. That's not gonna make it. Okay. Oh my god. I'm really struggling today. Another sub 13 pace he sold? That's very unfortunate. Oh, please. How'd that happen? Alright. Still in somehow. I'm telling you, if you keep hitting these paces though, you're going to get one of them eventually. It's just a matter of time. Oh my god. Okay, I might be out this time. This one might be unsavable. We shall see. Try my best. I went the wrong way. That's not gonna help. Okay, somehow we saved it. See, I wanted gold medal. Now I'm just trying to survive. Oh, did you finally do it? You got a 12.8? Nice. Let's go. 44th world. Okay. Well, this round went better than the others. 6th NA. Huh. Well, the record's a 12.5 or 12.6. Yeah, probably. Again, I'm slightly afraid that they're cutting using the reactor somehow. That would be my guess. Okay, this round's going decent. until then. Didn't drift hard enough. Definitely a cut. Yep, probably. That's how these things go, though. Alright, well at least we're in top 32. You're in 12.6 pace, that's insane. Okay, this run's off to a good start. Maybe I shouldn't say anything too soon. Not the greatest transition there. It's not gonna be gold. Not quite gold, unfortunately, but we did win the round. It's gotta count for something. I think if I landed the one part smoothly, I could have gotten gold. Yeah, no, 12.8 is an insane time. You went 44 to 43 without improving? Maybe there's a bug time or a cheated time or something. That's the only thing I can think of. Top 1K overall because of map 5, yeah. I mean, if you get first place on a map, you're guaranteed top 5, which is a crazy thing to think about. Or if you're not guaranteed, it's like nigh guaranteed. Like, it's almost impossible for you not to be. Okay, top 24 now. Yeah, a lot further than I thought so, especially based off the start. 5th USA, that's crazy. 5th USA is crazy. I have been nowhere near 5th USA. At least I don't think I have. Oh, I bumped and it actually helped me. That's amazing. Okay, pretty good round. Might get top first top 100? Yeah, maybe. Okay. I don't know how I'm still in. Okay, not the best start. Oh, uh-oh. Oh no. It's all falling apart. Please. I'm just gonna respawn that. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good this round. Oh my god, please. Nothing's working. Maybe with the god finish I stay in? No, there's no way. It's over. Alright. We're out. Bound to happen eventually. Alright, well, that's it for Cup of the Day. Could have done better, but that's okay. Alright, last thing is we'll check out the weekly grand. We'll do one attempt at a run, and then we'll, I think we'll close out stream. I mean, we've been going for almost 4 hours. Almost 4 hours straight. Too much content on Sunday. What does that start? That's so weird. It looks like they've put some double respawn paths, so that's good. It'll help alleviate some of the issues that we've had past the couple weeks with weekly grand and weekly grand enduro. Oh my god, what is that? What is that? Hello? Okay, that card just trolled me. Saying that every map is map 1. I can't read that. Oh, that's like your overall world rankings, I see. Alright. We're gonna reset now that we saw the map. I'm gonna try my best to get AT in one attempt. And that'll be that. So one attempt only. And then we'll come back to it later, should I need to. This does look like it'll be pretty fun for the actual Enduro though. 70th map 5 now? Okay. Seems like a lot of people are grinding that map. Okay, that downhill turn's gonna be insane. That's the one part I'm really concerned about with this map. Got another 12.8. Damn. Alright. I think I'm getting the hang of this weekly grand. I'm a little scared. I'm gonna get really trolled by the ghosts at some point, but we'll just have to handle it when it happens. The AT actually seems kind of strong for this one, so we might miss it. We'll see. If I start really locking in, we can get it, but it seems like I'm gonna not get it. Based on my current pace. At least the ghosts are nice on this one. It seems like they're taking pretty consistent outside path. So whoever made this map, thank you for making the ghosts not super erratic. Who is it? Os Guinea Pig? Oso Guinea Pig. Osu? No, that's with the U. The rhythm game? No, I don't think so. I think it's Oso. Not Osu. Not that I ever really played Osu. I just know what it is. Okay. Map 5. Guinea pigs are your enemy? What's wrong with guinea pigs? I was just thanking the mapper Osu Guinea Pig for making the ghosts not drive all over the place. You're a hamster? Ah, see. That makes sense. Hamsters and guinea pigs are eternal enemies. This one's fine. Yeah. No, this is pretty good as far as the weekly grands go. Definitely better than last week's. Oh man. Last week's was rough. Actually, you probably didn't see, but I did the Grand Enduro today. I went from 10th to like 20, or I went from 8th to 20 something because I missed the checkpoint because I was barely on the outside of the checkpoint. I missed the checkpoint. I had to do an entire new lap in order to get it, the checkpoint. It was so annoying. I was in Div 2 as well. I was doing good. You don't like Grands? That's pretty understandable. I think the Ghosts annoy me. I do like the Enduro, but the Enduro is also like brutal. Because, you know, you're asking someone to sit down there and play a map for an hour without mistakes. That's a long time. But it's cool because, like, you end up, during the course of the race, you end up fighting back and forth with other players, where it doesn't feel like you have the opportunity to do that in other game modes. So I think that's the one cool thing about the Enduro. So I try to play it every week, even though it's a bit early for me. Especially today. I got home so late. I probably should have skipped Enduro today, but alas. Alright. Yeah, we're not getting the author time this go around. But we'll get gold. Pretty confident in that. Tied your PV on 5? That's crazy. It's nasty work. Exact tie is crazy. Alright, let's try. Oh, I don't think I'm getting gold either, actually. I think this is looking like a silver medal. I don't think I can get there in time for gold. It's a 907. I'm looking a little dicey on that front. Alright. But we will get silver. And I think we can definitely get AT. Just need to be a bit more consistent. That top 31 with a silver is crazy in America. That is gonna be today's stream. I need to be a somewhat productive member of society for the rest of the day. But yeah, that's it for today's stream. We'll be back next week. Shouldn't be anything stopping me from streaming next week. So we'll be back with the Grand Enduro and the shorts and cup of the day. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day.